This week on the Cancelled Radio Guys with Chris and Costello.
You know, breaking up is so hard to do. It's tough on both parties, you know. So, but you got Elon and Trump, and people go, "What happened?" We know what happened. We're going to cover that this week on the podcast. Okay,
we are. Indeed.
And we're going to do drugs. Well, we're going to talk about the drugs we did, okay? Psilocybin mushrooms are back to being treated for veterans with PTSD. It's legal now for certain things in Colorado. Hey, psychedelics are back, and we're going to tell you what our experiences were like doing it, and maybe we'll do some live. That'd be fun, right? This week on the big podcast, Chris and Costello.
Hey ho, you've got the Cancelled Radio Guys, and boy, am I so happy to be here with Mr. Chris Bailey.
Mr. Costello, this is the highlight of the show to me every week. You introing it and trying to remember who the hell we are in the name of our show.
You know, we changed it so many times.
It's an adventure.
That's the Unmarried Pregnant Women's Hour. No, that's the Miley Cyrus Hour. Yay!
Now that we've established who the heck we are in the name of our show, today's show, all about drugs. Drugs. Oh, my. How they relate to some of the famous breakups, how they're relating to some experimentation going on, and how they relate to us.
Right.
Former big-time drug users, except, you're still on mind-altering drugs right now, right?
Yes,
like you said, your Metamucil, you're taking something like that, right? I need to be regular.
If you can see my desk, there's like 10 bottles of things I have to take. Still, I'm working on it, though. Makes me...
keep you upright and on the show each week, okay?
Yeah, so as soon as I'm sitting down, otherwise I'll fall over.
Well,
the
big thing everyone's been talking about the past week, okay? I'm glad you're upright, is our breakups, okay?
Right.
So as we go into breakups, my show, we need good, heartbreaking breakup music, okay?
How's that?
That's it right there. It's just so damn sad.
It's just...
Let's look back at over the famous couples over time that we all wanted to stay together, but they didn't. We'll go back a little bit. Liz Taylor, Richard Burton, they didn't have the fancy nicknames in, so then they were just Liz and Dick.
That's right. Yep.
Which sounds kind of outdated. Dick and Liz. More up to date, we had, it's been a long time divorce too. Remember Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were just called Bradgelina.
Bradgelina.
They thought they were a great couple. They adopted all those kids. And then one of the most nastiest divorces of all time is just another sad breakup.
You're talking about Liz. I mean, God knows how many times did she marry Richard Burton?
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Speaking of repeats, okay, then we have Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez.
Okay?
Oh,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Benifer. Hot and heavy the first time they went, I'm tired of you.
They went right down the toilet.
You love yourself too much, Jennifer. I'm gone. Ben likes more quiet lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
They're on each other again. They're going, the flames kick back in. Then they get married again. A few months later, I'm over that.
Yeah, it's like, I'm over that.
It's a double
stale bread.
It's a double breakup.
Oh, wow, man.
And now... And this couple got together to begin with because, getting back to our theme of drugs, I think they got together because of his heavy drug dependency. I'm talking about the hottest couple of the year so far. There's now no more, which would be President Trump and Elon Musk.
What a lovely couple
they were just the epitome of the best bromance ever. You remember Elon and all the presidential rallies, jumping up and down like a stinking maniac?
Oh yeah, with a chainsaw, and yeah, he was embarrassingly
freaking hopped up on ketamine, man. That's why. Then he made this. Remember this comment that he made? He goes, "I love President Trump about as much as any man can love another man, but not be gay." And everyone's going, "Gay." I mean, it's all because he was. We found out later he's heavy dependent on ketamine.
Mm-hmm.
You get that stuff through an IV, okay?
So who's giving him the IV?
Let's get a doctor. I mean, I actually, you didn't know that. I shared a clinic for 2 years, a ketamine clinic.
Really?
Okay, doctor's a friend of mine. It's something he started. He was an anesthesiologist, and they thought this was going to be such a big thing, and he was right. He was right on it. And people have treatments for half an hour, up to 4 hours on an IV of ketamine. I went, to 4 friggin' hours? I said, 'cause our things we did lasted all day, so we kind of put TVs out. I said, why don't you have some TVs in the treatment room for the patients? He goes, because they wouldn't even know it's there. It was just me going like, So he said, take a peek. So he let me peek in treatment room, and they have those little potty things on stools next to them because
really?
They piss and shit themselves sometimes because they're in this. So they just lose control because they're gone. And there's people in there who were depressed, war veterans with PTSD, and just all kinds of reasons. I peeked in there, and this is what I saw. Ready? And I go,
lovely time. Wish you were here.
I said, well, how does this help them? He goes, well, it helps with pain. I said, well, they don't have any pain. Obviously, they're out in left field, but when they're done, it's going to come back right. He goes, no, over time, that pain goes away. I said, you have to explain it to me one day how getting ketamine makes pain go away. He said, it does make depression go away after a while. I can probably see that, I guess. So, and this stuff's not covered by insurance, man. You're paying out of pocket.
Ooh.
Anywhere $400 per half an hour, up to $2,000 for half a day. You know, I want to be gone. Kind of like Costello on this show. He's just gone. It's
the Chris Show. The Chris and Ketamine Show. There you go.
So, I mean, if Elon, the point is that now that they've broken up, okay?
Yes, they have broken up, and it's quite acrimonious, too. I mean, he's like Trump saying, yeah, that black eye, that was makeup. Yeah. And what was the other thing? Oh, I mean, that's one of the things that's...
It's been nasty. Elon's been going, kill that bill. Don't vote for the big, beautiful bill. Kill that thing. Don't vote for it. It's awful. It's a nasty breakup like Brad and Angelina. I mean, they were like just the hottest, and all of a sudden it's like we hate each other. So Elon, if he comes down off the ketamine some, imagine how he's going to feel when people tell him things that he did. Like, for example, I gave $300 million to whose campaign? Trump's. He may be shocked over this point. I have how many kids? It's like, God, I've been drugged up for so long, you know?
Oh, man.
Oh, the one we're waiting on, I did what with Trump?
No, the golden showers? Oh, boy.
Yeah, he does like that.
That's what I hear.
That's what Putin said. But now, that's another breakup.
Yeah.
We'll get to that one next. Trump and Putin. There's another one. But the big one, of course, is Trump and Elon. And now we know why.
Yeah, well,
Ketamine, man. Ketamine.
Well, he did, of course, decide to wait until Pride Week. So I think that's just kind of funny. Not that it's a gay relationship. It might be. I don't really know. But, I mean, to wait until, Pride Month, as it is.
Said, I love Trump as much as a man can love another man.
No.
He's got very bad taste. Very bad taste is all I can say, I think. I think Trump can probably be quite funny if he tries. There is a certain amount of humor in there, I have noticed. But for the most part, for everything to do with government and everything else, I really particularly enjoy the thought that he's going to have concentration camps. So he calls them immigration camps. And he's starting to fill them up in L.A. this weekend.
Well, that's it's I'm kind of surprised on the breakup with Elon because he hasn't really said much.
This is true.
He's been kind of decent about it, and Elon's been firing off all kinds of nasty stuff. If you're going to talk about a breakup, everyone has names for breakups. They have couples names. So we had Benifer, okay, and we had Brad and Angelina, which was Bradgelina, okay.
So
now you have Trump and Elon, which would be Muskump. Muskump. Or Elohump.
That sounds better.
I think Muskump's probably as good as it's going to get. So.
Oh, I'm going to write it down right here.
So since Trump's on the rebound, okay, so he's taking that on Governor Newsom in California, like you were just saying.
He does.
They don't get along at all.
No, they don't.
And anything he can do to ridicule the guy, he's doing. So National Guard. Now he's bringing in 700 Marines on top of that.
Marines.
Governor Newsom
These
goes,
people aren't doing anything other than demonstrating, which is their right.
well,
I mean, so far
they are burning cars. They are looting some stores.
Big deal.
But I don't know.
Well, I mean, yes, that's wrong. You're not supposed to do that. But that's what rioting is about. You piss someone off so badly, they're rioting in the streets. Can't do that. No.
If we read it right, so it started as peaceful demonstration. They brought in the big guns, pissed them off. Then the rioting started. Is that how you see it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And I mean, just wait until one of those guys just happens to fire a shot and hit and kill somebody. Oh boy! Ooh,
did you see the video yesterday? Yeah. Okay. There was a woman from Australia, because people all over the world they're reporting on it. She didn't really have press credentials on too much. She's doing a call-in thing, and as she's doing her report, she got shot in the leg with a rubber bullet. I didn't mean to laugh. She goes, and if you look back over here, good. Down she went. I'm going. Why am I laughing at this? It's really kind of
we're sick individuals. That's why.
Well, you stand there in the middle of the action, and you don't have press thing on, so. So the National Guard guys think you're just another person. They're just in part of the riot. So get out of the way. Boom. And it was just funny. I mean, she screamed and went down, grabbing her leg. I'm sitting there laughing my ass off on the couch and just going, I said, play it again. Do it again.
Well, you can break a bone with those things.
I guess you could.
Yeah, you can. You can mainly get just big-ass bruises,
Never been shot with one. So
No, neither have I, mercifully, so far.
So anyway, there's a reason for the big breakup between Trump and Elon that no one even talked about, even knows. It's because of ketamine. Bingo. We're the only ones that figured this crap out. We're so bright and we're so astute.
We are so clever. You should, with that, you most definitely should join the party and follow us each week, because every week we come up with stuff like this,
We make shit up. It's great.
I mean, now next week, I know it's a little early to get into this, but we're going to have a representative from the United Kingdom talking about his Trumpalness, and it's hilarious because I
found that people in England
hate him.
They all hate him.
Pretty much.
Of course, I don't know everybody, but when I was there the first term, I was visiting, and it's just the hatred's just like deep.
Oh yeah. It hasn't changed any.
I did not see one MAGA hat in England, and it was great. It was great. I had to see that.
I think when I go over in August, I'll bring a whole suitcase load.
They're not going to let you in, man. You won't get past immigration.
Yeah, it'll be a rarity.
Yeah, right.
Costello's hats.
Kill him, hit him with a rubber bullet. God dang it.
Damn rubber bullet. Oh, I remember the song Rubber Bullets, but no, I didn't want to get hit by one. Hit by one.
Yeah, if you're on drugs, you wouldn't feel it. So ketamine is the big driving force in the Elon thing. There's drug fact number one, okay? You don't know anybody who's ever done ketamine, Costello?
No, not that I'm aware of, unless I'm talking to one.
Any desire to do it yourself? If your doctor said maybe you should do this too.
If it's that good to get rid of things like depression, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it was.
I can set you up. You want to try it? Just do the half-hour thing, where you don't really crap yourself, but you'll sit there and drool on yourself and just kind of have gaping mouth, but you won't know that. So you just be out there.
All right, we'll do that. Do it on air.
Or come out here, where now we have in Colorado, psilocybin mushrooms are legal to a degree.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah. They were showing on 60 Minutes how they're treating veterans who have severe PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here's the setting. It just made no sense to me, okay? So they have them all laying in a circle, okay? And they give them the mushrooms, all right? And then they're laying back. They put like one of those sleeping masks over their eyes, and they just lay there. And there's a couple of counselors there just in case people start freaking out or whatever to help them out and soothe them over. And that's how they experience the mushrooms. I've done psilocybin mushrooms, and it's fun. You don't lay there like this and just go, it's all in your mind. It's the stuff you're looking at is half the fun. Have you done mushrooms, Costa? You ever do mushrooms?
No, I never have. Things like that. Well, LSD.
Well, just live your life through me. It's okay. So it's all right.
My daughter likes them. She grows them, and matter of fact, I was in a bar with chap I know here and his girlfriend, and they were just blasted on mushrooms. Man, we just hit some shrooms, man. And it's like...
They did them before they went to the bar?
Yeah. Oh, they were...
And they're sitting there having a normal conversation with you after that?
It wasn't terribly normal. But yeah.
Yeah. You got some shitty shrooms.
Yeah.
So all those guys are landing, and then after 4 or 5 hours later, when the effect of psilocybin wore off, they asked them what they experienced, and some I went back. I saw some of my old buddies who died right next to me. Some saw euphoric things or whatever. I'm just going, they're missing all the fun. You do want to do it around other people because you don't want to be alone because you see shit. Okay,
right.
So my first time I had 6 people where I was sitting there in a circle, all to drink the mushrooms, and all of a sudden things start happening. So you start looking, and the first thing I notice is like you're kind of staring at some people over there, and behind them, the wall's doing this, breathing.
Oh, really?
The wall's moving in and out. I'm just going like, you're going like this, and people are looking over at me laughing. I'm looking at them laughing because there's weird stuff going on all around you. So, and it's kind of like, and it makes you really thirsty. Okay, so you got to have a lot of liquid around when you do mushrooms. So I didn't know where to drink. So I opened the fridge to get something to drink. So grabbing a can, there was like a pitcher of lemonade in there. So I said, I just screw it. I'm just going to drink out of the pitcher. So I tilted the pitcher up, and then I looked inside it. All of a sudden, it's like a whole world, okay? And the lemonade's coming down in these huge Hawaiian waves, all right? So I just stood there like this with the pitcher. They told me for 2 hours, okay? And I just jiggle it and watch the waves come in. I'm totally covered, soaking wet with lemonade.
Nice.
But I'm just going, yee, surf's up. And it just seemed like to me, maybe 5-10 minutes, drink some, watch some waves, lost in that stuff. Everyone's pointing, laughing. Look at Bailey over there, dipshit. He's over there soaked in lemonade, just going, what's he seeing in there? And it's just, that's the fun part. You're just having fun, and you see things like that. I was soaking wet, wasn't thirsty anymore. I finally, it was empty, and walked back, said everybody, and everyone's like pointing and laughing, going, what? They're going to look at you. So, and you just see stuff.
And then they carried you out into an anthill and laughed even harder.
Well, I did a dumb thing after this. It was starting to wear off a little bit, so someone said I made dinner. So they made mushrooms, okay? And they made mushrooms in the spaghetti. Okay, I thought, fun. So you eat them. Because when you first do psilocybin, you always feel a little bit nauseous at the beginning, and it passes. Some people, it doesn't just pass. They go puke, and then the fun starts, okay? So I'm eating the spaghetti, about halfway through the plate of spaghetti, and the new batch starts to kick in, and the spaghetti is crawling off the plate, attacking my lap. Okay, so I got the fork. I'm going, get stuff, there's crap again. So I'm going, how could they treat those poor veterans just lying there? They have to be still. There's just all kinds of cool crap like that going on, and you got to do it with a group of people because people are laughing. What are you doing with a fork, man? It's just everyone's going through something different. You laugh at the other person. Mm-hmm. So you got to keep it light. You got to keep it funny, so because I guess you could, go into the other side of it if you were in a different type of atmosphere. So they're trying to help these guys with PTSD, and which is a crappy thing, but they're put in such a serious situation that it could have been more fun for them,
Gotcha. Yeah,
help them lighten up and pass certain things and feel better about things instead of being so, But they put them in a situation with mushrooms, and they were like, and they were seeing and not experiencing pleasant things. To me, it was a stinking riot. I got spaghetti crawling in my lap. I got lemonade oceans going down my chest, and then I did the most dumb thing of all. Someone went, "We're out of beer." I went, "I'll go."
Oh no!
Oh.
I have
behind the wheel of a car.
Kind of thing, yeah.
So I'm driving. I'm going. Got to go slow because trees are jumping around. It's going. And then the worst thing happened. Okay, the car came the other direction. I felt like I was on the freeway. There's like 20 cars. All of a sudden, the headlights went from 2 to like 20 headlights.
Oh no!
I thought, all these cars come. Yeah, I just stopped the car and let that car pass. So I could make my way down to the 7-Eleven. Which is another trip trying to go and buy stuff. And how much is that? And you're trying to give money, and the money's floating on the counter. It's going out the
That's the sort of thing that happens.
I got to go home and get to bed.
When I was, a long time ago, my sister was in college. She said, "Well, come up to London for the weekend." And her then boyfriend was just, everybody smoked and hashish. Not, so they're doing that. And oh boy, this stuff he thought it was hilarious that we could go around the corner and I would be completely lost. But you see, that part of London is called Ealing. All the houses are the same. It's really easy to get
videos.
Really easy to get lost.
The row houses.
Yeah. And so there was a not a 7-Eleven by structure, but we didn't call them that back then. I think we just call them Paki shops. Pakistanis ran them. So that's not racist. Oh, yes, it is. Just get past that bit. So I remember going there with Brad and going, man, I think I'm lost. Oh, don't worry about it. No, man, I think I'm lost. And then he goes, I'm lost too. I go, oh, shit, we're both lost. Shit, now I'm hungry. Damn. Then we went around the corner and there's this little store. And apparently we took so long choosing a Mars bar, they called the police on us. Because we're just standing there going, yeah, okay, you buying this? Or, yeah, okay, you gonna buy it? I'll buy it. It's okay, I'll buy it for you. And apparently this must have gone on forever. People,
when you're in it, you don't think anything, but people walking from the outside going, these guys are so stoned.
Oh, boy, were we ever. And then I tried driving, and that was really bad. There's a major intersection through London called the A4, which I lived just off and right by Heathrow Airport, actually. And I was stoned enough that I tried to drive home, but like you, had to go slow. And I had to keep going slow because every time I got near those traffic lights, they'd change. So eventually I just floored it. Fuck it. Well, I hope I don't get hit.
You drove fast on hash? Well, usually people drive slow on that.
Well, no, I was slow until I got to the traffic light with this major intersection and couldn't figure out if it was the green or red. My traffic lights for me to go. So in the end, I took a shot. And then I backed in and backed over somebody's roses. It didn't go down very well either.
Well, it's kind of like people always go all the time, like, oh, back when we were younger, the music was better, so and so. Well, true. It seems like I could be wrong. Then drugs were better. I mean,
they were stronger. No, actually, no, they weren't. They're stronger.
People were dying from what we did. 80s cocaine, awesome. Okay,
yeah,
you could snort your brains out. If you had heart issues, you might kill yourself. But the pot then. Well, I guess pot's okay now. That's not a big fan of, but hash was different. You could get that. Remember Quaaludes?
Oh,
where are they? Gone,
14 boots. Yeah.
You could get little pills of speed and stuff that were different. And, we all felt pretty good from it, but we didn't have any friends who died from it. Didn't anybody OD? People start shooting up heroin and stuff. So look at today's stuff. You take fentanyl today, and crap, it's in cocaine, and it only takes a little bit. You don't know what the person mixed with it and how much they gave you, and dead.
Well, apparently,
I think people are catching on. There were 35% less fentanyl deaths last year than there was the years prior. So people are understanding that this stuff is going to kill you. So we took fun drugs, Costello. I mean, let's look at it again. If someone came into your house right now and went, okay, got dogs barking, get in your house. Here's some good hash, from 1982, would you do it again?
I might. Maybe. I'd rather do the cocaine.
Oh, so if someone came and knocked on your door and said, I got some 80s cocaine left, pure as it used to be, just like it used to be then, not laced with anything. Would you do it?
No, I probably wouldn't, because I have had some major surgery that tells me not to. my
because you had open heart surgery, you don't all of a sudden you'll skippy going 100 miles an hour from the cocaine.
Well, I've got those pills that stop that, so that's why I keep falling over. I think because they make me so dizzy. So
well, they can. So
and they do. Yeah, well, you know what? It was soon after I still had all the scarring and everything. And my next door neighbor goes, hey, listen, man, if you want anything, just let us know. You want some cocaine? I go, man, I just had a freaking heart attack. You think I need cocaine?
They want to see how good the new vials and arteries are. They want to make sure you're all clean and clogged up and everything's pumping right. Go for it. Put it to the test. Oh, well. So it's good to go back. So
it's fun. It's fun.
Kids don't do this at home. Costello and I are big drug users, but hey, now we've been clean for about a week now. So
Since breakfast, actually.
Since breakfast. So thanks for letting us talk drugs with you this week. I enjoyed. Next week will be our Brit on. He's supposed to be a pretty funny guy. And Brits are big time anti-Trump. We'll just sit back and just let him go, right? Let him rant.
Pretty much. It's going to be interesting because he has a very thick northern accent. I understand it, but I think I'll just add to
Cockney accent. Okay. What's his name? King Charles? Is that who's coming up?
No. King Charles is the week after next.
Okay. All right. It'll be fun.
So don't forget to follow, right, and subscribe. You don't have to subscribe, but follow anyway, please.
Hey, just follow and download, and we know it's you. We'll send you a little gram of 80s cocaine in the mail, free on us, okay? Just don't tell anybody where it came from, all right?
Yeah, suspiciously empty, just like the cocaine you brought back from Jamaica for me.
Yeah, my nostrils. I just have one now. They've been teared. They just run together. So one big snorting machine right here. I'm ready to go.
Boy, mine does some very weird things. Well, that's wonderful.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you listening. See you next week. It'll be a good time. We're going to go out squealing this week. Squealing.
We are.
We're going to the breakup couple. It'll be, Muskump.
Okay.
Muskump. Elon and Trump. Going to get the squeal this week. Bend over, boys.
I'm going to find the squeal for you, real.
Show them that you love each other as much as another man can love a man.
Isn't that a good song, though? Don't you think? When a man loves another man, too much. No.
Too much information.
Okay, Jerry, bring in the squeal. I can't find it. You do it. Oh, look here. Yeah.